This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton was just in Scranton. Hear what she had to say next. Greetings, friends, and thank you for watching. My name is Ken Kara, and here's your local information from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Kathleen Kane will resign. The state attorney general will step down tomorrow. The announcement comes one day after she was found guilty of perjury, obstruction, and other charges. Governor Tom Wolf says, quote, her decision to resign is the right one and will allow the people of Pennsylvania to finally move on from this situation, unquote. It was an opportunity to rekindle their ties with the area and promote the Democratic nominee for president. Yesterday, Hillary Clinton was joined by Vice President Joe Biden for a campaign stop at the Riverfront Sports Complex in Scranton. While the two did talk about old times in the Electric City, they also took aim at Donald Trump.
It is so great to be back in Scranton, Pennsylvania. This is to me and to Vice President Biden. We both have a lot of memories of Scranton and Lake Winona. That's right.
Scranton deserves what it's always deserved because it is made up of so many people with grit and courage. I mean this sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. With grit, courage, determination, who never, ever give up. They deserve someone who not only understands them, they deserve someone who's with them, and they deserve someone who's made of the same stuff. That's Hillary Clinton. That's who she is.
I said in Philadelphia that a man you can bait with a tweet is not a man you can trust with nuclear weapons. It's also not a man you can trust to run our economy, help heal our cities, or be a role model for our children. There is no doubt Donald Trump is temperamentally unfit and totally unqualified to be President of the United States and Commander-in-Chief.
The two were joined by Democratic Senator Bob Casey and Congressman Matt Cartwright. Last week, an alert was issued for law enforcement and emergency responders concerning a new lethal drug that can be absorbed through the skin. FYI's Lisa Sugart sat down with two local responders about this latest challenge.
Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis recently issued an alert for members of law enforcement and emergency responders about this new lethal drug that is impacting those working in the field because of overdoses that we're seeing, overdoses that are on the rise drastically. Here to talk about the concerns over this new alert and what is being done to keep them all safe is Dennis Gantz, who is our friend from Wild About Hunting and also the Director of Marketing and Education for APTS, and Wally Boyle, who is the Paramedic Coordinator for APTS, also a member of the Wild About Hunting crew. Wally, this is a really serious issue. Tell us, first of all, what this new drug is that they're finding overdoses and how serious it is.
Okay, the name of the drug is carfentanil. It's a derivative of fentanyl, and it is 100 times stronger than fentanyl is, and it's 10,000 times stronger than morphine is. The other real problem with it is it can be absorbed through the skin, so you can just walk up and touch somebody, and if it's on their skin, you just now got it in the contact with that patient.
So this is really a big concern for what you do as a paramedic going out and treating the public.
It's really important for any of us as first responders going out there because the drug problem has been such a problem, an overwhelming problem. We have to be a lot more cautious of what we do, how we approach the scenes.
So how do you protect yourselves, and how does the public protect themselves if they come across someone who maybe had an overdose from this drug?
Well, first thing you want to do is, as the public, unfortunately, we've got a lot of good Samaritans in our town that help a lot of people and across the country. What we would recommend is that if you see someone that is unresponsive, lying in the middle of a street or in a house or whatnot, to dial 911. Do not touch the person. Especially if you see any kind of drug paraphernalia around the person. You don't know if there's a sharp there, if you see packets or any kind of powder. Don't even touch the person because of the possibility of absorption through the skin, so you're not affected as well. Call 911, allow the first responders, police, EMS to come on scene. As far as our responsibility for protection, obviously we want to make sure we're wearing plenty of gloves and we're assessing the entire scenario when we arrive to make sure that we don't accidentally get some of that absorbed into our skin. So we have to heighten our awareness and be more cautious and more aware of what's going on, as well as make sure that we continue to care for the patient and treat them and get them to the hospital. So it affects us not only in the field but also the hospital employees when we get them to the emergency department.
We've been hearing a lot about overdoses everywhere. All law enforcement is concerned, you know, the district attorneys are concerned. You're seeing a lot of this, so this isn't something that you just randomly see once in a while.
No, it's becoming a daily occurrence. You know, yesterday we've had 2 incidents here in the Hazleton area with the probable meth lab over in Klein Township. Had an unfortunate incident in one of our local motels. It's something we're seeing daily, and the treatment is still the Narcan and naloxone that you see a lot in the news. The problem with it is you have, especially with this drug, we have to use more of it. And, you know, a lot of the dosages, we're looking at $40 to $70 a dose. And if we have to give 3-4 doses, that really adds up. And unfortunately, because these people have chosen to be into the drug world, a lot of them don't have insurances. A lot of them, you know, they spend their money on getting these drugs, so there's no money to pay for what is being spent, whether it be with us, with EMS. So this whole epidemic of the drug overdoses and these new drugs is really impacting everybody, whether it's the healthcare field as EMS providers, the hospitals, you know, the police departments. We're all weighing in on the cost of what this is doing to everybody.
Well, this is a very frightening situation, a very I guess, fatal dose that can be given to people, and law enforcement and emergency responders need to protect themselves. We wanted to bring this to you so that you can be aware of this situation. We hope everyone stays safe.
Thanks, Lisa. In other news, Butler Township Police are looking for information on an assault. They found a 27-year-old Hazleton man in Dano's parking lot near South Hunter Highway just before midnight on Friday. The man was semi-responsive and bleeding and had to be flown to Lehigh Valley Cedar Crest Hospital. Police were advised that the man was assaulted and was on the ground for an undetermined amount of time before someone called 911. Anyone with information is asked to call Butler Township Police at 570-788-4111 or dial 911. Hazleton's city engineer says the Broad Street Corridor project was 95% function and 5% beautification, while the very last of that latter 5% was finished on Monday. After years of planning and construction, the project finished up with decorative lampposts being added to the base of traffic lights and pedestrian signals downtown. 2 former city mayors, Lou Barletta and Joe Iannuzzi, were joined by current mayor Jeff Cassat at a ceremony. Donna Palermo, the retired president of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, was also on hand, along with Kevin O'Donnell from Can Do, James May of PennDOT, and the city's engineer, Dominic Iannuzzi. Coming up next on FYI, we'll stop by Brandon's Forever Home in Hazleton as they welcome a special visitor who helped the nonprofit win a prestigious award. Later, they're finally here, our 2016 football previews, and we start with the Shenandoah Valley Blue Devils.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Today we are here at the beautiful Brandon's Forever Home. Congressman Lou Barletta here joining Lori O'Gurkis and the founders of Brandon's Forever Home for a special tour. Congressman, you came here for a very special reason. You recently nominated this organization for a major national award, and it won.
Yeah, every member of Congress gets to nominate one facility for competition for this award, and Brandon's Forever Home won. So I'm here to not only congratulate them, but to see just the beautiful girls and families that are here, and what this is. This makes me so proud of Hazleton to actually see this. You know, you can hear about it, but when you come in and actually see it and see the children, pretty proud of where we come from.
Absolutely. Lori, I know it's a lot of girls here today because you're doing a girls empowerment seminar. That's why we don't see any boys here right now today.
That's right.
What is your reaction to the fact that you were nominated for this award and you're receiving it?
You know, if there was one reason why I came back to Hazleton, it was because of Lou Barletta, and he was our mayor at the time. He knows that. And to be able to be here in this home, these many years later, with him as a congressman and me preserving a home in our community, I'm thrilled. I'm honored. I'm humbled.
What do you want people to know about this organization? I mean, obviously the congressman saw what it means to the area, but what for people who don't know about it, what should they know?
I think they need to come. I think the hard part is people don't realize the amount of children that we touch on a daily basis, the amount of need in our community, and the amount of people who help Brandon's Forever Home. It's a God-giving effort joined by people within this community who just have such hearts. When I started to do this, I was concerned. I thought, should I do it in Wilkes-Barre? Should I do it in a different town? Should I do it on that other end of Luzerne County? But somehow I got the other end of Luzerne County to realize that Southern Luzerne County is here, their children are here, and we serve all the children of Luzerne County out of this Hazleton home. So I'm honored. I really am.
And finally, Congressman, you brought something with you today that you wanted to present to Brandon's Forever Home. So this is special.
It is very special. There are over 400,000 children on any given day in the foster care system, and you know, every child deserves a home. And to see Lori's work and the generosity of the people here in Hazleton creating this home, very emotional, and it really is. So I'm here to congratulate Lori and Tara and Brandon's Forever Home and winning the award. Well deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the success of this home, and as Lori said, you have to see that success yourself. Please stop here at Brandon's Forever Home like Congressman Barletta did.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
The Hazleton area Cougars practicing in the shadow of downtown Hazleton at Harmon Geist Stadium will preview the 2016 Cougars on Tuesday of next week. Now here's our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service. We do have a hazardous weather outlook for tonight as we could see some strong thunderstorms with heavy winds, so be careful. 70% chance of storms tonight with a low of 67 degrees. On Wednesday, it clears up, partly sunny, high near 78 degrees. Wednesday night will be mostly cloudy with a low in the mid-60s. Thursday, we have a slight chance of showers, mostly sunny, high near 81. Thursday night, partly cloudy, low once again in the mid-60s. Friday, we'll get up to 80 degrees under mostly sunny skies. It'll be mostly clear at night with a low of 64. Saturday, mostly sunny, high near 79. And then Saturday night, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy, a low of 65 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
Look at this impressive home of the week reduced to $244,900. This gorgeous home is at 55 Arapahoe Lane in Eagle Rock Resort. Nestled among the evergreens, it features 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, 2 half baths, and an extra large living room. The kitchen has plenty of cabinets and counter space, a breakfast area with sliding glass doors to the patio, formal dining room, and a family room in the finished basement. Call Diane for showings at 570-384-1362. Almost to break, but right now it's your midday winning lottery numbers. Pick 207, pick 3, 424, pick 4, 1292, pick 5, 78, 584. I'm going to turn it over to Law Talk, but a quick reminder, our football previews are coming up after the break.
Viewer question: how do you challenge someone's claim to the decedent's property?
Well, that doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. And to the family of the decedent, it's a very important issue. I could just relate to you one particular incident that we had where the decedent had a rather large IRA account with a brokerage firm, and when we contacted that brokerage firm, they said, "Oh no, we're paying this to this other person who was not even a family member." And we said, "Wait a minute, now get us some proof on that the decedent named them the beneficiary on that account." What they provided to us, we didn't think was particularly sustainable. So what we did is we had to file, and in the same situation, you would have to file a petition in the Orphans Court Division. This particular case was here in Luzerne County. We got our witnesses together, including an expert in account management, and we went to a trial. And we had a trial before the Orphans Court judge, who decided that, in fact, we were right, the brokerage house was wrong, and ordered the brokerage house to pay the account to our client, who was the decedent's son. As I said, it doesn't happen too often, but certainly it's an important issue. And if it does happen, you can't just rely on what you are told, particularly if it's something that's odd or different or something you don't agree with. And if you don't agree with, you must ask for documented proof that it was the intent of the decedent to have that account go by beneficiary designation to someone outside the family.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's time, my friends. Let the 2016 football previews begin. Kevin Belinsky is back for Shenandoah Valley as he hopes to bring Shenandoah back to prominence in District 11. The 2016 team should give fans reasons to be optimistic. Let's go to ludicrous speed and check out our preview. This year's high school football season may feel like it's taking place in a galaxy far, far away. There's been a lot of changes, including a new classification system that Shenandoah Valley's Obi-Wan Kenobi head coach Kevin Belinsky feels will benefit the Blue Devils. Things all seem to be adding up to equal a competitive team in Shenandoah. Belinsky says his team came on strong late last year when they were still competing in the Anthracite League up against a number of bigger schools.
The years prior, with the bigger schools in their competition, there were some times where we weren't even in games. One thing I was proud of these guys last year is even though the scoreboard turned out to be a higher scoring game for the other team, at one point in every game we were in it, against the bigger schools.
The Blue Devils have something they haven't had in a while, and that's depth, and there will be position battles on offense and defense.
I mean, we have 6 linebackers competing for about three spots right now, so that competition's awesome. Defensive line-wise, we got a lot of depth, so I'm hoping to give those big guys some breaks. Secondary-wise, we got a lot of young guys coming into this season that are on the heels of some of these starters, so we're using that competition for once here to really spark this team.
The Blue Devils have something they haven't had in a while, and that's a new quarterback. Senior Noah Allegretta takes the helm, and the coaching staff has tweaked the offense to complement his athleticism and the speed they have on the outside. Belinsky says the team was running a spread West Coast-like offense thanks to Ian McColl's talent as a pocket passer. With Allegretta, they will now go to more of a spread read option attack.
I'm definitely just coming into the season. We have a really good team this year, and just knowing that we could do a lot better than we have in the past years, that excites me a lot.
You can't take over the universe, the Schuylkill League, without some tricks up your sleeve, and that brings us to special teams.
We got to replace a great kicker, but we do have some guys coming back with a lot of experience. Our long snappers coming back, both field goal and punt, and I like to do a lot of fakes, so I'm going to just have the kids, doing crazy fakes all the time.
Stay alert and be aware of the 2016 Shenandoah Valley Blue Devils. Tomorrow we welcome back Standard Speaker Sports Editor Dave Seaman to FYI, and then on Thursday we'll continue our football previews with the Marion Colts. Now here's our FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. The Rail Riders, they split a doubleheader with Norfolk, and they now have a 4.5-game lead over Lehigh Valley in the International League's North Division. A quick FYI before we close out the sportscast: PNC Field in Music will host the 2017 AAA National Championship game between the International League champ and the Pacific Coast League champion. The game will be seen on national TV on the NBC Sports Network. On your local SSPTV station, it's now time for the Social Report. Stop in Bottlenecks on Tuesday for their traditional bone-in wing night. 50 cents a wing. Add a small order of fries for only $1.50.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Hazleton Public Transit is announcing the Summer Loop 95 will end August 19th, and the Penn State Route 90 will begin Monday, August 22nd. For more information, check out ridehpt.com or call 570-459-5414. Our next announcement: the Hazleton Regional Airport will be hosting Wings Over Hazleton, an air, car, and military show from August 22nd through the 24th. We're having several vehicles from the Collings Foundation, including the B-17 Flying Fortress and the B-24 Liberator. General admission is $12 for adults and $6 for children under 12. Shows will be held rain or shine, and for more information, please check out facebook.com/wingsoverhazelton. And finally, Sugarloaf Golf Club will be holding their 14th annual St. John Bosco Church Golf Tournament on Saturday, August 20th. Berger Family Dealerships will provide the prizes for a hole-in-one, plus they have plenty of other prizes available. For more information about this event, please call 570-788-1071. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Ruth D. Pace of Dunmore. Funeral services Thursday at 11:30 a.m. in the Dunmore Cemetery. Arrangements are by the Carlucci Golden DeSantis Funeral Home. Loretta Ann Levitsky, formerly of West Hazleton. No local services were announced. And Michelle A. Pliska of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Amber D'Angelo of Ringtown. Amber, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
The borough of Shenandoah is getting ready to celebrate its 150th birthday. Yesterday we had a segment all about the festivities in Shenandoah. If you missed it, go to ssptv.com and get caught up. We'll catch up tomorrow. I'll see you then. Take it easy, everyone.